I'm Brian Williams at NBC News, where we received word tonight that our longtime colleague, distinguished journalist John Chancellor, died this evening after a long fight with cancer. Tonight, Tom Brokaw remembers the man and his extraordinary career.
For more than 4 decades, John Chancellor helped define television news. When he joined the NBC station in Chicago in 1950, just 9% of American homes had television.
It was a sort of a primitive caveman television that we were putting out at that time.
In 1957, correspondent Chancellor was at the center of the battle to integrate the schools in Little Rock, Arkansas.
The number of guards with the 9 Negro students has been considerably diminished.
His reporting on the civil rights struggle resonated through American society.
And John was a signature figure of that story. I think it's the first time in American history that the signature figure of a great breaking story has been a television reporter and not a print reporter.
He went on to report from more than 50 countries. In 1961, he saw the coming of the Berlin Wall.
The German communists can be expected to build an administrative wall, a kind of bureaucratic barricade against this flow of refugees.
The bird was supposed to say good morning.
That same year, John became co-anchor of NBC's Today program. But after 14 months, he knew that he was out of place.
Was the Today Show fun?
No, the Today Show was awful. I found myself introducing musical acts at 7:45 in the morning, and that was just too much for me. I wanted to get back to work.
John Chancellor down there looking as though he had swallowed the Midwest.
John had a passion for politics. He reported on 11 presidential elections, from Eisenhower to Clinton.
Well, I don't know what to say.
In 1964, he found himself in the spotlight at the Republican National Convention in San Francisco.
This is John Chancellor somewhere in custody.
John, call us when you can.
On the air, he was very relaxed. He always talked as if he were talking to a good friend at the table or at a bar or whatever. And I think that was one reason he was as successful as he was.
This is NBC Nightly News.
John Chancellor anchored the NBC Nightly News for a dozen years.
Good evening. The Watergate bugging case tops the news tonight. Richard Nixon has provided the presidency with more moments of high drama than many presidents, perhaps any.
With clarity and restraint, Chancellor guided viewers through a difficult decade.
Every evening for more than 10 years at family time, the war was in our living room. What we saw is impossible to forget and necessary to remember.
From 1982 until his retirement, he was the senior commentator for NBC News.
What's an Israeli army doing here in Beirut? The answer is that we are now dealing with an imperial Israel, which is solving its problems in someone else's country. World opinion be damned.
John saw dramatic change in more than 40 years as a reporter.
And so it ends, born in cynicism and now dying in cynicism. The great fake Russian Empire in Eastern and Central Europe.
In one of his final commentaries, he left his viewers with this.
Television coverage is important only when what it is covering is important. Then, television coverage can make history move much faster. That's what we began to learn here in Little Rock 35 years ago, and it's still true today.
What appeared from this distance